M.K. Iqbal, born in 1935, he was a key member of the Parry and Co team for decades. Known for his sound technique and unflappable temperament as a batsman, he was selected to the Madras Ranji team in 1958. His selection was a result of 21 centuries scored between 1954 and 1957. For 35 years, he has been coaching young cricketers for free. Murli Karthik is among his prodigies that have reached the higher echelons of the game. Here are his memories of Madras. As Iqbal now shares zillions of stories up his sleeve with these young aspiring cricketers and turns each page that headlines his contribution to this beautiful game, he can't help but fondly reminisce about his modest beginning in what was soon going to be a glorious career.
Studying in the school, there is nothing else to do. So evening there will be a drill class. So we go from the school to the big ground, a school ground was there. So fortunately the school was having cricket material. So I start playing cricket. So I thought I was hitting with the right hand. So shots are coming fluently. So I took interest in the game. And whenever I see a new ball and a new bat, a lot of interest was generated because I'm keen to play with a new ball or with a bat. So I started bowling also with a new ball. Fortunately, I am getting good lengths. I was taking wickets, so that motivated to play.
Today, the opportunities for young cricketers are many. With a camp thrown in at every bend of the road, it's not difficult to find a pair of hands to teach you every move of the game. But this was not the case when Iqbal was learning it.
Played an inter-school tournament against Little Flow High School at Salem. That is supposed to be a very good school. There we had a very good fast bowler named Vasudevan. So when I played against him, I scored top score with my school team. The local people, the local clubs, impressed with my batting. There, Mr. R.T. Pasadi invited me to come and join in the Salem Cricket Club. I grabbed the opportunity, I joined the club. After that, when I get to the college, then college, 2 years I played for the college, intermediate. Then third year and fourth year, I captained the college team, brought to the university finals, inter-division.
Iqbal scored a series of centuries during 1954 and 57, which made him enter the Ranji team during 1958. Iqbal, known for his sound technique and unflappable temperament as a batsman, now coaches the youngsters. During his time, it was all practical learning. In spite of all that, Iqbal believes that lack of technology those days was a blessing than a curse. Iqbal always felt the crowd was very entertaining and excited for every ball bowled, and the match was enlivening amidst their presence. A similar match at Vivekananda College will always remain fresh in his memories.
Last time it used to be a very, very important match. A lot of crowd came to Vivekananda College. When we were playing, so happened that first State Bank played. Afterwards, we played and we had to score 57 runs. At that time, my colleague Kailasam came and put a cross-bat shot to V.V. Kumar bowling. The ball went to the point area where the two fielders came and dropped the catch. V.V. Kumar from his bowling area went all the way walking to the point area and he was telling them why you come and disturb him, why this like that. That usually any bowler will become emotional when we are playing the finals. So he was doing that. So I thought, why not I tell Kailasam to give me a stand. I was confident of scoring that 57 runs. So I went and told him, give me a stand, I will score the required runs. But V.V. Kumar, being a very intelligent bowler, saw me and he was alert, saw me that I was talking to the batsman. He came running from the point area and removed the bails in the end, in the runner's grease. Asked the umpire, how is that? Umpire gave out. The umpire gave out, those days we used to obey the rules very vehemently and never used to go against umpire. So when the umpire said out, I just walked to the walking to the pavilion, but the crowd came, lot of 100 persons came and said, sir, you are not out, come in like that, they're dragging me. I said, no, I had to obey the umpire's decision. So I went to the pavilion. They came inside and removed the mat, did all this thing because they don't know the rules of the game. They removed the mat and said no match should be played like this.
And then there are the matches that gave him a different excitement, a sense of achievement, and a feel of triumph. One of the most memorable matches for Iqbal in his career span is a match between SBI and Parry, where he smashed 6s and 4s and their team made a glorious win.
We are playing with State Bank of India in the Hindu Trophy finals. At that particular year, that Hindu Trophy finals are made 50 overs, usually 30 overs. That year, 50 overs were kept to be played at Marina, but State Bank already played. When the next batter, their bowling was very tight, and Iqbal Singh myself batting, he came 2 down, I am 1 down. So we are not able to score much. So I went to Iqbal Singh, I said, let me open up. If the runs comes, well and good, otherwise somebody will come and score, let the score move fast. He agreed, okay, there is no other choice. So I started hitting. The first shot went leg side, the fast bowler I hit. And the square leg went top, they went a high catch. And both bowlers came and they were not able to take the catch. Afterwards, I was hitting every ball. I had kept the footwork. I had a good footwork. I kept the footwork forward, banging. Footwork forward, banging. Like that scored. I was only 16 runs when I started hitting. Iqbal Singh was 36 runs. But I overtook him. I scored 50 runs. And the last over I was out. But the great finish was Iqbal Singh won 4 runs to win. The next over was 4 runs to win. Iqbal Singh scored a big 6 of V.V. Kumar and finished the match. The crowd was very, very hilarious. Just imagine about 7,000 to 8,000 people. They are so happy that we have won.
Iqbal also talks in detail about how in those days there was nothing beyond the umpire's decision and how much love was shared even for the opponent. He also tells us how the most important factor in cricket those days was not money, but the love for the game. Spare a thought on this. We are out of time for this week. So with that story, we wrap this week's episode of the Metroplus show. You can tell us which article in the magazine you would want to see in the show. The process is simple. Just drop in a mail at feedback@ndtv-hindu.com. I'll see you again next week. Until then, goodbye.